Welcome to one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Hundreds of thousands of fans that are pouring into Montpellier. Yes, I did say hundreds of thousands. This is the big show. That was a double backflip transfer. That is insane.
The largest action sports festival in the world.
What an incredible place to get the finals going of the scooter. We're live here in Montpellier, France. I'm Ryan Meyer. This is Todd. Get underway. We had an incredible turnout for the qualification. We pushed forward and made this incredible semi-finals. Then out of that, we took 12 riders. We're pushing into this final in the scorching hot southern sun here in France. It's going to be one for the record books, I can tell you for that. Let's take a look at some of the big things that are going to come your way. Of course, we have this incredible course. We're sharing it with the inliners, Todd. We're going to talk about it in a second. However, there's a lot of things coming our way. Things like the FWS World Series. Let's take a look at the map. 3-spot tour this year. That means we're going to end things off after this stop in Montpellier. It's going to be Chengdu, China, October 31st to the middle of the first week of November. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that one. You see it on your screen right now. Montpellier, France. We're finishing this up in 2 more days. That means if you're in the region, come out here. We are just located on the Les River. We're in the Occitanie region of Montpellier right now. You can as well see the crowd is out here in droves. Over 115,000 spectators come out to the FWS each year here in Montpellier. You see the scooter athletes lined up on course right there. That's on the Occitanie Freestyle Park. An amazing park course that Honor Parks has come out here and sculpted. It changes a bunch new features. We're going to get to that in a second. Todd, can you walk me through a bit of the format for the scooter final?
As you can see on your course right here, we've got 12 riders have qualified through from 60 in the qualification round. We had 24 for semis yesterday, and the top 12 are going into 3 heats of 4 riders in reverse qualifying order. Each of them gets 2 runs of 50 seconds, and the best run counts. It is all on that real hot best run that we'll see today.
So you see from that best run, there's a bit of a formula for those judges, difficulty on the criteria. Tell me some of those points that they're really going to be looking for.
So these judges are out here looking for difficulty in your tricks, looking for the variety of tricks as well. We don't want to see the same thing over and over again. Big amplitude and height will definitely help you. Control, flow, the landings on the course, the use of that amazing Occitanie Freestyle Park, as well as versatility, style, consistency, and all-important progression. If you can push on, then you can do. If you can do something brand new, then the judge is going to definitely like that.
You see right there, those are our 4 judges.
So looking at the judges right now, getting ready to judge these riders as they're introduced.
Here we are again, FWS Montpellier 2019. The finals are here. I got all the best pro scooter riders here. To my left, coming from Australia. That's his first time here. Give it up for Billy Watts. Okay, and to his left, only 16 years old, French rider, Jules Lepave. Give it up for him, faites du bruit pour lui. And we got another first timer here coming from the down under. Make some noise for Maddie Chiravalo. And now la crème de la crème from Japan. His first time here thanks to FWS Make some noise for Sogo Sakakibara. And right next to him, we got a world champion. You already know who I'm talking about. Make some noise for Dante Hutchinson. And to his neck, we have another French rider, only 14 years old, Esteban Clark. Okay, all the way from the UK, Eastbourne, 18 years old. He was already here last year. Give it up for Jamie Addison. Un habitué du fils et des comtesses français from Lyon, 19-year-old. You already know it. Give it up for Corentin Labrador. And this rider, a lot of people already know him. He's not a first timer here in Montpellier. From France, give it up for Boston, Alexis Lepellier. All the way from Australia, give it up for Mr. Who is he? Dylan Morris. That's his first time here from Leicestershire in the UK, 14 years of age. Give it up for Jada Charman. And the rider who made it to the first place in the semifinals with that double backflip, triple tail whip. Give it up for Jamie Hall.
There goes, guys. This is the run from Jamie Hall. You just saw that rider introduction for him. He started off big with these two box jump hits.
Absolutely cruising through this section here and into the biggest hit of his entire run from that winning run. I doubt it will be the biggest hit today, though. Jamie has definitely got room to improve. He's been #1 through both qualification and semi-finals, and he's got nowhere to go but up from where he is. Saw him in practice earlier. He's loose. He was chatting up girls in the front row. He's feeling good, and he's just laced another new banger to throw at the start or end of his run. In he comes.
What it's really going to take, I think, is confidence and poise in your run, but as well planning it out right to the very end of the buzzer like Jamie did there. Tricks until the clock beeps, and we wind down right there. So an incredible semi-finals run from Jamie Hall. As well, notable mentions, Jaden Sharman. I really like that kid's riding, actually, and as well, a 14-year-old again in the field here. I mean again, because in each skateboard and inline, we have a 14-year-old in the finals. It's incredible out here for FWS. This year, just the young guns are out. You see the starting list on the screen there. What are some notable mentions for you, Todd?
Another notable 14-year-old, actually, Esteban Clark, kid coming from absolutely nowhere. Hadn't met him before this weekend. Was a real standout in qualification, and then showed that he could do it through the start list as well. We've got ex-world champion Dante Hutchinson, who we are calling the luckiest man in Montpellier, because he got first. He absolutely went down in qualification, somehow managed to sneak through his first reserve. Here's heat #1, though. Billy Watts is my man to watch in this heat. He qualified in 12th, but he's got lots of room for improvement. He's got his countryman in there as well, Matty Teravolo. Sogo Sakikabara, all the way from Japan, the only pro rider coming out of the whole of Asia at the moment. And also Jules Lefebvre, 16 years old, from Louvigny. Another guy hadn't heard of before, but hometown hero, getting it done here in Montpellier today.
Well, you just saw at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen our social media box. You guys are watching online somewhere. Make sure you as well go and check us out on your mobile. Head over to Instagram or Twitter at FWS World. Hashtag your posts, FWS Montpellier, to stay involved with the action. out there today. We have some incredible coverage going on our Instagram stories as well on our YouTube channel. So make your way over to one of our platforms and sign up.
We are underway with Mr. Billy Watts. 50 seconds on the clock for him.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that is absolutely new for the final. I knew he had some place to go. The front flip with the whip and straight into the double goes down. Unlucky Billy.
Wow, talk about going for broke in the finals here, pulling out stops we hadn't even seen attempted in the semifinals yesterday.
This guy was buzzing on all cylinders when I saw him. I was hanging out at the park during practice. I asked Billy how he was feeling. He gave me an expletive spectacular is what he felt like in true Aussie style. Filthy mouth, amazing at riding scooters. Not going to be a top spot run with that slam, but oh my days, if he lands that as his second big trick after clearing that in and out on a feature with the front flip whip, that is, oh, it's a double whip in there as well, I believe. And then going for the double flip, just getting too low and sliding out. Dust has been a feature of the course here. The dust is building up on the course a little bit. It was a little bit slippery earlier. The riders really having to adjust to make sure they get that feel.
Yeah, out here in the Occitanie region, on the Les River right there, they're kind of in a dwelling, in kind of a ditch. And this embankment, it showcases for a very nice natural bleacher for the fans, but as well you get a lot of dust gathering down there right in that area specifically, so I can see how it would be an issue for some of the competitors.
Jules Lefebvre out the gate, firing on all cylinders right here. The young Frenchman showing how he got a place in this 12-man final. Incredible technicality for the young man. Cruising over the hip now into the bowled out section with the flare whip. Sticks the buttercup, but I don't want him to get stuck in this section. He needs to use the whole course. Judges want to see that, and using this in and out on a feature as best as possible here in the Occitanie Freestyle Park. No, clips
Jules
the wheel.
going down, unfortunate right there. Clips, like you said, on that court, that protruding quarter pipe right there. It goes kind of quarter to wall.
You actually get a good view of it from this camera angle. You could see that the bigger quarter is not a true quarter pipe. It goes into a bank. In the UK, we sometimes refer to it as an Elvis with that protruding quarter pipe as well, which has been, we've been seeing some gaps over the top of it. We've been seeing some interesting use of that, but Jules getting caught out by it there, clipping his front wheel as he landed, a little bit sketchy and going down. But great to see these riders coming out absolutely firing. Go big or go home. That's what it takes to win a FIS World Series event. So Jules Lefebvre goes into the lead, but that 47.75 is not going to stay at the top of the list for long. Handing over to Matti Cherivolo from Australia, out of Eden Park. Two riders from Eden Park were represented in this heat, both of our Australians. Matti ready to drop. His runs have been truly action-packed. Non-stop, adding that gap in. Didn't do that gap yesterday, no. Riders really pulling out the stops, but when you go big, you increase the risk. And it's much easier to go down on the more technical tricks that you're trying to throw in the final. Qualification round, they could lay down a B run. Yesterday, they needed their A run to qualify for finals, but today, if you want to win it, you need something spectacular. Matti Cherivolo, front flare transferring into that Elvis. That is new from yesterday as well. It is amazing to see these riders stepping things up. And Matti Cherivolo looking good for a second run. If you can lace that first run through the rhythm section, that would be mad. A big backflip inward, throwing the scooter in the opposite direction as he does the backflip on that second hit, going down. Here's some of the stuff he did make Right flip, double whip, and that front flare is rad. Super awkward way to rotate your body into a quarter pipe, throwing you the other way. Most riders normally do that with a fast plant as well to throw themselves into it, but Matty just doing it with pure muscle. Steps into top spot, but again, don't expect that to stay up there for long as we head down through the list. Sogo Sakikabara, aka Sogi, from Japan. The happiest man in scooter riding, never without an enormous smile on his face and a big crowd favorite. Getting the crowd amped up. Thousands out here at the Occitanie Freestyle Park. FWS Montpellier 2019. Inward up the step up. Sticks the buttercup, transferring out. Carrying some speed into that extension. Oh, big transfer onto the on a quarter pipe. Bar spin, backside lip slide. Fast plant, hand plant.
No! Sogo going down there, unfortunately, a little off balance, coming off that, trying to get a little bit of speed over that. Wow, 540 flare right there.
How to bounce back from a slam straight into a big 540 flare. He was struggling with those as well. We were chatting to him in practice. He was asking some of the other riders for some input on how to 5 flare that quarter pipe. They found that quarter pipe a little bit different.
That out.
He certainly did. It was great to see all the riders actually still helping each other out before the runs, discussing tricks, discussing lines.
It's nice camaraderie actually in, I mean, it's an elite sport, but everyone is on the same page of helping each other. I always find that really nice and interesting within these action sports.
Action sports has always been a collaborative thing. Like, I think half of the tricks in action sports history wouldn't have gone down without friends pushing other friends to go for that extra tail whip, that extra kick flip, that extra couple of stairs on a stair set. And yeah, it's always been a collaborative thing. And that's what that's why I got into action sports in the beginning, and why I think a lot of people still come in now.
Yeah,
it's friendly, it's collaborative, and it's awesome. Billy Watts in for his second and final run then. The Australian into the gap. Yes, I love that gap. Front flip with the double tail whip, clearing that enormous gap. Double backflip, sticks it.
Billy Watts right now, he's sitting at the bottom of the list with a 24.75 after his first run crash. Oh, announcer's curse on that one right there.
Just sliding out. He'll definitely be stepping it up from that first run though, getting that double flip.
Wow,
540
flare. Flared on that one. Bar spin.
What's he got in his on the buzzer with the transfer, double bar to bar. Billy Watts, big smile on his face. Unfortunately, just one fall in that run, but he did keep it flowing. And Billy Watts definitely upping that first run score. It's a shame, I think, that if that runs clean, it's a real competitor. That is a terrifying gap.
That's an incredible trick as well. And then going for the double backflip right there and seriously cleaning up where he messed up in his first run. Squatted a bit too far down and went down. Here's that double bar spin to late bar spin.
I love it when he throws that bars as well, because he's just so far away from them.
Yes.
No.
So there you go, a first place score with a 66.25, new leader. Will that hold though? I don't think so as we move into some incredible territory. However, right now, Billy Watts is going to be the man in your hot seat, and the one to beat, Jules Lefebvre, is about to drop in.
The young Frenchman has been going enormous through this rhythm section, and once again with all the kickless rewinds back to back to back. He's really been dominating that rhythm section with the right side up tricks. Whip front scoot to whip, snatching that late bar spin through the hips. Flare whip goes down. Still got half of his run left. Can he pick it up for the French crowd? His countrymen and women getting behind him right here. Oh, beautiful stuff from Jules. Another run. I wish we could have seen clean.
There's a difficulty about being able to hold your composure as well when it comes to it in these contests. Wow. Oh, slipping off the bars there, landing.
Showing the crowd some love for the good support he's getting from this French crowd. Jules Lefebvre certainly won't be the last time we see him in a big international final. Oh, he's actually got a kicked rewind in the start of that as well. Unbelievable amplitude and technicality through the rhythm section. That big whip front scoot to late bar.
Bar in that as well. Incredibly technical tricks coming out of the young rider.
And then stomping that one a bit too hard. Losing the hand and going down. But Jules Lefebvre didn't come in as a favorite, has left as one.
47, he sticks with his first run score, unfortunately, with a couple of those mistakes. Could not improve. Definitely would have been different if he held on for the most of that. He can come back to the next one, knowing that he has what it takes to make it into the finals, that's for sure.
Absolutely, and a top 12 placing for the young Frenchman is certainly going to be one of his career highlights so far. Matti Cheruvolo, though, has a career of highlights. 23 years old from Eden Park, Australia. Sticks the front flip inward this time. So rotating his scooter into a front flip as he does one.
Oh, double flare.
How did you get away with that, Matty?
Wow, that was a little low down and a little under rotated, but came around with that. Looks like he just has the muscle strength to hold on for that.
Oh, he absolutely does.
Flare bar spin right there as well.
I think they read that on the Richter scale, that landing. Seismic activity coming out of France.
You're gonna have to see if he has some flat spots on his wheels or flat spots in the ramp.
Love that front flare on the transfer yet again.
Twix.
And finishing up, Matti Cheruvolo getting a clean second run down. He's stoked with that. So is his fellow countryman, Billy Watts. And I believe that might throw him into the lead. Fully clean run. Well, a fully landed and stomped run, that's for sure. Looking back at some highlights now. There's the front flip inward. And the dub. Kaboom. JD, our on-site MC, telling them all about it there as well. I think he felt the entire place rattle when he landed that double flare. Matti Cheruvolo goes into the lead with an 83.5. Now can Soggy do anything about it? 22-year-old from Japan. He's already tasted some feast success, won best trick in Chengdu, China at the last stop of last year's Feast World Series.
Has a 64.75 from his first run score, all the way out of Japan. Sogo Sakikabara.
In he comes. Bry flip to quad whip. Inward up the step up. Transfer with the buttercup. Cruising in with tons of speed. Goes for the gap. Sticks it with the late bar. Little backside lip slide, keeping things all mixed up. The variety, the use of course, all judging points here at the feast. And getting the crowd going as well.
Oh, 540 flare, he gets it.
That one was
Sogo,
beautiful.
that was the one that he was looking for.
Super slow on the rotation. That's just how we like to see it. What's he doing up in the rafters, getting the crowd amped. In he comes. Oh my gosh.
Going down hard there. Not enough speed on that one.
Oh, bit of blood right there. Soggy going down hard. Going for a laid out front flip over that honor gap.
We call that the lawn dart front flip.
Absolutely.
Sogo really going for broke right there, jumping up top on the rafters. You see there, it's a massive 2 meter tall quarter pipe into another 1.5 meter sub box into another 1.5 meter guardrail. It was jumping on top of that. That's the barrier in between our VIP deck. Oh, looks like he maybe really hurt his leg on that one. Take some precautions out there with our medical service.
Yeah, definitely don't want to be risking it. That was a heavy hit. He'll be full of adrenaline straight after his run as well. That is the nicest 540 flare I've seen all day. And there's the front flip. Oh, blimey.
Oh, looks like he really may have done something to his left leg there. We have great medical personnel out here at the fees.
We have seen him waving to the crowd as well. So fingers crossed it's all just precautionary.
Sogo right there. Score coming in a 74-75 for Sakakibara. Sogo going to be happy with that one. I mean, the hands were up to the crowd. Medical personnel is out there. We know that it could just be for precaution, but it looked like a very heavy slam. I'm not going to make any estimates on it right now. We have top officials out there from the sporting committee and our paramedics, top ones in France out here. You guys are just joining us. It is heat number 1 for the World Skate Scooter Freestyle Park Pro. You see right there, Dante Hutchinson, Esteban Clot, Jamie Addison, and Coronet Labrador from France. Well, welcome back, guys. It is FIS Montpellier, the FIS World Series 2019, presented by Honor and Montpellier Mediterranean Metropole. Wow, there definitely was a bit of carnage happening right there.
Soggy throwing the horns in the sky. Looks like he might have got a laceration on his head right there, but went for a crazy lawn dart front flip. Haven't seen him try it at all in practice over that massive honor gap feature with the rainbow you can see in front of you, and came up real short.
Well, it's a big World Series out here. We're on the second stop of the FIS World Series. We got one more coming your way, but if you guys don't know where we're at, let's take a look and see what is the FIS World Series.
Welcome, everybody. It's the FIS World Series.
The largest action sports festival in the world.
16 parks, 30,000 kilometers traveled, 500 athletes. All leads to here.
Firing it out, double bar spin. Holy smokes.
Perfect. Absolutely amazing.
The energy from the fans is phenomenal.
The largest BMX contest in the world.
The Olympics. Who could potentially qualify for the 2020 games?
When the smoke clears, we are going to have a champion.
There you go. That's the FWS World Series 2019 calendar right there on the screen. Make sure you guys mark it. The next one is going to be Chengdu, China. That's right. In the middle of China, we finish things off. We've been doing this annually. It's going to be at the end of October on Halloween, October 31st. So make sure you guys get your costumes and come out and join us. If not, tune in. Right now, let's take a look at this capsule we have put together for Dante Hutchinson. Scooter athletes in the world. Look at the amplitude from Dante out here. Just absolutely amazing shredding. Wow, some incredible moves going on there from Dante Hutchinson, who you see climbing up here and going to be our next athlete to drop. Coming out of Great Britain, how are you feeling about Dante?
Oh, feeling great. He has that amplitude like you were talking about in the capsule right there. Dante Hutchinson, the 2017 world champion, now turning his hand all across the sport as well. Been throwing down in the streets as well. Recently released a video that was just obscene. The massive stair set known as El Toro High School in California.
Yeah,
this dude
just incredible.
He just backflip dropped down the entire thing. It was absolutely insane.
Completely broke the internet with that clip. Dante has been shredding and killing it. El Toro, one of the absolute most famous sets of stairs in sporting history.
Interesting story this weekend for Dante as well. He didn't put down his run in qualification and actually qualified in 25th place. Didn't get into the semi-finals yesterday, but as we had an injury, he was first reserve, snuck his way in, and then he started performing as he normally does. Dante qualifying in
eighth position,
I believe.
Yeah, in 8th position, Dante came back. I mean, that's quite the lucky day for Dante. 25th. That's 24 riders we take into the semifinals. He was 25th, first reserve, like you said. It doesn't happen too often that you have an injury very last minute. And I mean, we didn't even know that was coming up. One of the athletes was not able to make his position. So Dante came in midfield and just went for it and ended up getting such a good run that he qualified, like you said, in 8th position. So being able to come back from that was really the luck of the draw. But we've seen from time and time before and from results in Dante's past, he has what it takes to make it into the finals, but as well to make it on top of that podium. I mean, he is a threat out there for all the competitors today.
Absolutely. Usually an incredibly consistent performer with just some tricks that nobody else pulls and an outrageous amplitude. That's what we like to see. He goes fast, he goes high, and he does some crazy tricks while he's up there. Warm up over now. Dante dropping in then from Eastbourne in the UK. Big whip to Superman, extension, and coming in to that honor gap, big kickless rewind. Super duper slow, mega steez. Just under 30 seconds left for the man from Eastbourne. Whip rewind over the hip. And a whip rewind off of the rail. Dips out the flare. Through the in and out. Double heel whip as he comes through. Losing a bit of speed. Might be getting down that banker run. 2 seconds left on the clock. This one's going to be after time. He goes for the big amplitude bri flip.
Do you know what the ruling is with that usually going for the last trick? Is it that they have to be set up going into it?
I believe in our current setup, it is just anything after the buzzer is a no-no. As long as I think if you're in the quarter pipe, then they'll count it. But I reckon that one was a little bit too soon. I kind of support I see that the UCI has brought in if you're setting up for a trick, you've got another, was it 3 seconds after the buzzer goes to?
Yeah, you have to be completely setting up for the trick, and the kind of technicality is that you have to be on the lip already.
Okay.
So you have to be on the actual kick or takeoff for UCI ruling, and then you have once the buzzer goes, 3 seconds to complete it. So in that way, you cannot go for doing combinations or anything to link up an extra trick, but you have to get that one trick out of the bag as soon as you get off the lip.
Yeah, I think I back that coming into scootering as well, but at the moment, the buzzer's the buzzer. 78.75 slots Dante into second place, and he has definitely got some room for improvement in that second part of his run. Lost a little bit of his flow.
Esteban Couto right now, or sorry, Claude, pardon me, 14 years young. Oh.
Not the way he'd have wanted to start. He's been on fire all weekend. One of these unknown kids coming out. Great story on day one, qualified real high. Had the craziest slam right there just to his right-hand side as well, where he disappeared out of the park into the river and then bounced back to throw down a massive backflip drop-in. This kid's a warrior. Not the way he'd wanted to start his run today. So he's going to finish it with a crowd pleaser right here. Goes for the backflip, dropping off the steps.
Yes,
up
Esteban.
He has got that on lock. He's psyched. He's definitely in the right headspace for a second run. Had a chat with him during practice. He was super chilled, actually. You'd think his first big pro final, he might be anxious, but no.
Wow, he has a look at the tiger. You could see in his communication, he was upset that he started off like that. He really wanted to get one out, and I mean, that determination and that drive for perfection is really what takes a champion out there. I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do when we push forward into the second run right there for Esteban. You see a 25 even, that's not close to the score that he's wanting to attain, coming off of a 7th place semi-final finish right there. He's looking for a lot more, and I think we'll be able to see that if he can put his mind to it. 14 years young, I definitely was not able to deal with competition stress like he is right now.
No, absolutely steely determination from Esteban all weekend long. I think he's got a big future ahead of him.
Well, moving up into the future, we have Jamie Addison from Great Britain starting his run here.
Goes for the 7 with the bar. This dude is the definition of spin to win. Known for his big spinning combos. Massive inward to late bar from the man from Eastbourne. 2 riders from Eastbourne in this heat. Sleepy little retirement town in the UK has produced 2 world-class riders in the form of Dante Hutchinson and Jamie Addison. Cruising into the in and out over the rainbow. Goes flare whip rewind, but slides out. Truck driver out of the in and out. And that'll be it from Jamie Addison for run number 1.
I mean, the score to beat right now, as it sits, it's set by Matty Charavello with an 83.50 from his second run. That's the number 1 so far on screen. It's the only one pushed into the 80s. That's what everyone is trying to beat. Dante Hutchinson is in second place, and Sogo Sakakibar from Japan.
I'm sure he'll let you off, don't worry. Jamie Addison there, his first trick, one of the hottest first tricks of the entire contest. I think if he can keep that flow up, again, clean up that slam, that will jump right up towards Matty Cheravolo's score. Next, another Frenchman, Corentin Labrador. Corentin from Lyon. In he comes, nothing front scoot, double whip. Stepping up from yesterday, adding an extra whip. Corentin had a chat with him during practice. He has got some plans. Wants to double down on his runs from yesterday. Love the extension on that. Bar spin to tuck no handle, all whilst upside down in the flare. Triple whip in the flare this time from the Frenchman. Sticks with it inward. Moving into the kicker, into the quarter. Mac to bar, He's stoked with that. He's still got 7 seconds left. Just gets the whip bar. I think that is his banker run, and he will be psyched that he got that down, that he can really push it in run number 2. He has got some big plans if he's feeling it on that second run. He was talking to me. He also had a steely look in his eye. He was confident and really thought that he could improve on his qualification result and move up onto that podium. Looking at the highlights, that first hit, nothing front scooter flip to double whip.
Talking about a banker run, or sometimes we call it a safety run. It's basically a run that isn't the absolute highest tricks. I mean, it's tricks that's going to get you on the board so that you have a run in the bag.
Absolutely. I feel that for a lot of riders, it opens up that second run. If they've got a good run down, they really feel less pressure in the second run, and it allows them to push onto tricks that they might not land every single time. And that is a fantastic banker run from Florentin.
81.5 pushes him into second place. Right there, Dante Hutchinson. He just pushed down into third. He's still up in the podium, but Dante is really wanting to work on some improvements that we had talked about from his first run. If he has this, he is a man who is going to be pushing for that top spot.
Double inward to start things off. Going huge over that step up as well. One of the only guys really able to hold speed for that step up. Buttercup over the transfer. Whip bar to Feeble. Finger whip to kick rewind.
Wow, this is the run we were looking for from Dante.
Absolutely. Downside whip transfers him as he moves across into the honor quarter pipe. Oh, gorgeous, massive umbrella. All the whips over the hip. Big amplitude still from the man from Eastbourne. Just 18 years old, already world champion in 2017. Flare downside heel. And that is time for Dante Hutchinson. That is more like it. That will be shooting up from third place. I think we could see a new leader right there.
Wow, that was a near flawless run from Dante Hutchinson. Incredible poise shown into all the tricks that he did. A very diverse line selection as well, but you can just see in Dante's style, the way that he comes around from some of these whips is incredible, very unique. And as well, he had some very unique line choice going up into this Feeble here.
Absolutely, most riders just airing out of there and rolling across the top. Dante keeping a trick in there, making sure he's not missing out on any points. There was a point towards the end where he just lost a bit of speed. He wanted to go over the rainbow again, I think, but had to go through that in and out, but didn't put a foot wrong, didn't put a foot down, kept the tricks coming, and that was a big run from the ex-world champion. Dante, the scores are in, and yes, bouncing
wow.
up.
A new leader is born out here in Montpellier. 87.25 just set the bar immensely, with a big gap between second place, Matty Caravello, right there, who has an 83.50. Dante Hutchinson, that's the man that Esteban Claude wants to beat right now. He has the eye of the tiger and a fierce look as he comes in for this first hit that took him down in run 1.
Goes for it again and sticks it this time. His steely determination paid off. Managed to get away with the speed as well. Didn't get the trick on the step up, but stayed on board. Esteban Clock pulling out all the stops here. He has got nothing to lose. Just making it into this final is a career-defining moment for him at the moment at a tender age of just 14. So he is going for it all. Into the bowled out section. What's he got for his final 12 seconds? Getting the crowd whipped up for his final hit. What's it going to be?
There you go. He needs to keep moving. 2 seconds on the clock. It's going to run out for this. Yes, and run last one at the very end. Esteban Claude is elated with that.
I think we've just welcomed a new French superstar to the sport. He is overcome with emotion.
Oh, that is amazing to see Esteban Claude really put it all together.
Dante and his countryman Louis down there, giving him all the props, making sure the crowd give him as much love as possible. Oh, he is beyond stoked. That is a feast moment right there.
Wow. Talk about putting your heart and soul into all of this. This isn't just one contest. This is a life-changing sport that we have in front of us. Been working at it since probably the day he can remember, Esteban, and pushing towards this FWS event. It's been going on for over 20 years. We've been pushing scooter for at least 5 of them.
And I love how he was whipping up the crowd there as well, using that hometown support. He may not be from Montpellier itself, but the crowd really get behind the French riders. And Esteban using all of that goodwill to put together a fantastic second run. Pulling out when it mattered. There's the emotion. That is what this sport is all about. Esteban
Clot, 3rd place right there, an 82.50, incredibly well deserved.
Slots into 3rd place with a big score. 2 riders left to run in this heat. First of those is the Brit, Jamie Addison. And he's in.
Yeah, at 720, double or triple bar
Triple
spin,
bar,
I think.
gets the extra bar spin in there. Into the honor quarter. Massive inward to late bar. Over the hip right now, bar to bar. 540 bar rewind. This guy really can spin like a top. Dips out the toboggan. Gaining some speed into the quarter pipe. He's stoked with that. Into the final seconds, Jamie Addison from Eastbourne in the UK. And that is time for him. Heat number 2, really stepping it up in those second runs. Dante, Esteban, and now Jamie all getting it done in that second run, using that pressure to good effect. 3 bar spins in that 720. Oh yeah, all the angles on that, please. Big inward, snatching that late bar spin. And there's the flare. Double down heel. Jamie was stoked with that. That's definitely going to be a jump up from the first run. Can it move him up above Esteban or Maddie?
Scores are waiting for it right there. You don't see it on your screen, but Dante Hutchinson is sitting in first place with an 87.25. That's the score to beat. That's what Jamie Addison is looking for. But it's good enough for an 81.75. Pushes Labrador into 5th place right there. So tight margins moving forward.
Corentin, now can he be the 4th in a row to step it up in his second run? He got a clean first run, but I know he's got another big banger that he wants to add on. And he comes.
Wow, wow, Quarantine Labrador starting off, getting our jaws to the floor on that first hit.
He's thrown that into I believe a summer flip and then straight into an inward drive flip. That's a front scooter flip. Corentin. Oh no! That opening trick was obscene. With the foot down, not sure if he's going to upgrade that big score he got in the first run. Will he take the time to throw the crowd pleaser? 10 seconds left on the clock for Corentin. Wanted a bit more on that. Corentin Labrador, the Frenchman, not going to improve from his first run. Opened it with big style. not the way to step it up in the second run. But, like I say, getting that banker run, already getting a big score down. Well, that was a big thrown out, stretched out Twizzler to inward. There's a lot going on there in that first hit. Bar spin, tuck no-hander in the flare. Big extension on the tuck no-hander as it's been all weekend. And the whip umbrella, he wanted a bar spin out of that at least. Corentin, oh man, it's hot out there, eh?
81.5, not going to be an improvement. Sticks in 5th place. Guys are just joining us out here. It's the World Skate Scooter Finals happening. You just see some replays of heat number 2.
The backflip drop in from Esteban Clot. The feel-good moment of this heat. Jamie Addison with that big 720 bar. And Corentin Labrador, his first run, packed full of bangers. The rest of the riders all stepping up in the second run, and now are way up in the standings. Our heat number 2 are currently sitting 1st, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Of course, though, this heat, this entire final is backloaded. These guys are riding in reverse qualifying order. So coming up, we have our final heat with the top 4 qualifiers.
See an overview there of this incredible Occitanie Freestyle Park. A big shout out to Honor and Montpellier Mediterranean Metropole, as well as Occitanie region for hosting us out here in Montpellier and delivering this incredible course. But here are your last 4 scooter finalists, the top 4 riders. Who are they?
Alexis Letellier, the top-ranked Frenchman. Big, powerful moves, huge amplitude. Dylan Morrison all the way from Australia. Again, massive flow, big amplitude. Second place qualifier, Mr. Jaden Sharman from the UK, just 14 years old. And our number 1 qualifier, also from the UK, Jamie Hull.
Alexis Letellier right here. He's going to drop in for the first run. We're going to see our last 4 athletes today for the Scooter Freestyle Park Pro Finals here in Montpellier.
In he comes, the absolute wild card, 360 bar spin to tail grab. Goes super high, super fast, and he is the definition of go big or go home. Massive gap.
He's holding his finger, looking at it. Yesterday, actually, mid-run, he must have split it open somehow. He had to go get a plaster on that, some stitches to get it wrapped up, but
no, carrying that injury, a real shame if that is going to affect his run. Not sure if that made him come up short on that front flip, but I definitely want to see him back for run number 2. 360 bar spin, tail grab, and this gap, which absolutely no one else is doing. Front side with the downside tail whip, and just coming up short on the rotation there. Front flip whip over the Honor, in and out.
you know, it's really annoying actually having it cut like that and having the blood pushed together. It's almost more annoying than going with some kind of broken bone injury. Well, our next rider coming up, we have Dylan Morrison. We got a little time to take a chat with the man himself.
What do you think of Dylan Morrison?
Watch it. Back foot fast spin, fast spin, fast spin. And then again with a huge flare bar spin. That's like a dip by 45.
There we go from Australia, Dylan Morrison. A killer, just shredding out there. We had a little feature put together for you guys to get you amped up, and he's getting the crowd amped up.
Great
down
to see.
there on the Les River.
Great to see him feeling good about this in practice. Wasn't really feeling it to start with, but obviously amped for this final right now. Whip rewind in the big backflip up the step up after that funky line to start things off from the in and out into the jump box landing. Huge transfer. Dylan, a big, powerful rider, and uses that to great effect. Wall ride with the whip out. Double whip, feeble nose bonk over the rainbow. Humongous 5 flare. Dylan Morrison on a tear right here. 720 out of the in and out. Cruising in, bar spin, front side board slide on the down rail, on that kicker to down.
Really noticing how Dylan is pumping through most of this and not trying to get any kicks or pushes in there on the flat bottoms, really trying to hold up his fluidity in the score for the judges.
Absolutely. I always feel that you shouldn't, with a park as flowy as this, there should be no need to push. We witnessed a few guys, Alexis Letellier and Dylan especially, that's what rewind in that backflip, unreal. Dylan and Alexis especially, not a single foot down throughout the entire run to push. Just tons of speed, carried really well. This 5 flare was colossal. 720 out of the in and out. Big tricks for his kind of filler. And finishing up with that backflip drop in. Goes into
91.50. Dylan Morrison steps up and steps up again. Just bumps out Dante Hutchinson, into second place, and Matty Charavello into third. Incredible riding going on right here. That's an immense score.
This is what we want to see. Real tussle up the top. Second place at Worlds last year for Dylan, ex-world champion for Dante, and a brand new pro in the form of Jaden Sharman, who has gone off the rails this year. Coming from amateur to pro in about 18 months. Even from last winter, he has progressed absolutely miles, and he won best trick yesterday with an absolutely enormous banger. 30 seconds left on the clock for Jaden Sharman, the 14-year-old from Leicestershire in the UK. People's a rainbow, bar spin out. Wow, that's the five flare quarter pipe right there. Keeping it coming. Jaden Sharman inside his final 10 seconds. What's he got for us on the honour quarter pipe? Whip front scoot late bar spin on the buzzer. Jaden Sharman with a solid first run. Another one like Esteban. It's just incredible for him to be here. This year has been his breakthrough year in UK competitions. He will be going to World Championships in a few weeks' time as well for the first time. Oh my goodness. And his big banger first trick is yet to come. He threw an increased combo of it for best trick yesterday. I won't spoil it for now, because I definitely want you all to see it, and jewels will drop when you do.
But if you guys want to check out some of that action, it's coming your way. Jaden Sharman right there waiting for his score to come in. I'm not really sure what's happening up there.
I believe it's in. Jaden Sharman moving into third place.
Wow, Jaden Sharman, yeah, gets a third place right there, 84.75. So we have another computer in the back here giving us a direct scoring from the judges out there. You maybe didn't see it on your screen. It'll be put up for you in a second, but he moves up with an 84.75, pushes out Matty Charavello into fourth place, and Jamie Hull, your first place semi-finalist on course. Oh!
No way! The first chink in the armor we've seen from Jamie all weekend long. He had two he had 2 runs in spare in qualification and semi-finals. He didn't need his second run. It was just a victory lap. But this time, going down on that second hit. First one was huge. It was the full whip to double whip, making that scooter dizzy in the process. But going down on the step up, and he is going to struggle to get himself right up to the top with a slam. In he comes for perhaps his last hit, quad whip, front flip.
And that's gonna do it at time for Jamie Hull. An incredible recovery for himself in that run. But like you said, Todd, it's gonna be very difficult to get anywhere close to that 91.5 at Dylan Morrison with a big crash like that in the middle of your run. Let's take a look back. That was that immense first hit, and then coming up into that second is where it went wrong, but he ended up coming right back into that double flip flare.
Yeah, absolutely. He didn't let the crash affect him. He got up and continued his entire run, but I can't see it moving past Dylan with the slam. That front flip, quad whip, 4 tail whips whilst in the front flip over that jump box to close out. An immense run, but one with a slam. Like I say, he hasn't needed his second run at all week so far. He had 2 runs.
Oh, there you go. Good enough for 5th place. Jamie Hull, 82.75. Like you said, it's not the position we're used to seeing him in. He only needed 1 run for each of his events out here for the qualification, the semi-final, and then coming in here first, which means the last rider to drop. He's going to have the luck, the good misfortune, however, to see all the other riders as they go down and see what he has to deliver. Right now, though, it's about the second run of Alexis Letellier right now.
Big 360 bar. I love the fact that Jamie's gone down, though. Not because I like to see my countrymen go down, but he's going to keep this one real spicy all the way to the end.
Oh, what a transfer that was. Getting the extra speed for that front flip bar spin. An incredible gap over that big camel hump.
Oh, unreal. Goes down. Alexis Letellier was on the run of his life right there. Didn't know he had the double flare in his bag, but goes for it anyway.
Going back at it again. Oh, going down on that one. Trying to make it work. He had a phenomenal run going there.
Go big or go home. That's his attitude 100% all the time, even with an injured hand. Alexis Letellier going full send. That front side gap is just outrageous.
That was insane. And then going into this, pardon me, front flip heel, I believe. I can't see in the sun.
Front flip tail whip, I think. The French crowd getting behind him. Alexis Letellier from Paris. Great to see him back at the top of one of these huge competitions.
But unfortunately, he is going to be at the bottom of the 12 here in the finals with 2 unfinished runs. He'll have to come back and try his luck at the next stop. Now we go back up to that of our first place, Dylan Morrison. He has the advantage by a landslide, 91.50 from his first run. Can he increase that, though?
There's definitely room for improvement. He lost a bit of speed in the middle of his first run, and that is a big improvement. Goes heel whip rewind on that massive transfer from that extension. Wall ride quarter to quarter. Double whip, nose bonk out of the feeble.
Oh, going down on that 540 flare there.
It's not going to be an improvement.
Wow.
I wonder if he was trying to throw a bar spin in the middle of that.
It did look like he was about to throw the bars on that one. We had the sun glaring in our screens. You can't exactly see perfectly what was happening there. We'll have to check it out in the replays. Going for a massive flare, one of the largest amplitudes we've seen on a flare out there today on course. Dylan Morrison, hands up in the air to the crowd out here in Montpellier. And I have to say, I think he's going to be sticking with his first run score on this one.
Definitely. He had that banker down. He was sitting in first place, and he went to upgrade it. That whip rewind in the flare on the transfer. And this 540 flare coming in here. Yes, he went for the bar spin, but couldn't quite tug it round, millimeters short. But that is the game we're talking about. We are talking about a game of millimeters when we are sending 540-degree flares with bar spins.
So Dylan Morrison sticking with his first run score and still in that hot seat, biting his nails. However, because we have two incredible athletes coming your way, the two last to drop and the top coming out of the semi-finals yesterday. This was your second place, new to the scene, Jaden Sharman. Wow, yes. And that trick got him this way in the semi-finals yesterday.
That was the Stanley flip to double whip. Somehow managed to put a buttercup on the end of that as well for best trick yesterday. Check out his Instagram for that because it is outrageous. Keeping the run flowing right now though, the 14-year-old from Leicestershire, Mr. Jaden Sharman. Through the hips, feebles over the rainbow. Triple whip in the flare this time. Cleanly through the in and out. Inside his final 10 seconds. Only one run left to come after this. Whip front scoot to late bar. And a backside board slide closes it out for the young man from the UK, Mr. Jaden Sharman. Currently sitting in third place. Can he improve?
Well, Mr. Expert, what do you think? Can he improve with that run?
He definitely has, in fact. That first trick he threw was considerably better than his first run. It was clean all the way through. Lost a little bit of amplitude towards the end and speed, but he did in his first run as well, so I think he's going to be stepping it up. He needs 3 whole points, for the best part of 3 whole points, though, to pass Dante Hutchinson and guarantee himself on the podium.
And because 7 points, pardon me, for Dylan Morrison. I don't know if it's going to be enough for that, but you're right. Maybe 3 points bumping himself up into a second place. It's really all up into the hands of the judges here today.
Absolutely, and of course with Jamie Hull still to post a full run. Can he keep his podium spot, Jaden Sharman? The scores are winging their way across the park here to us.
No, he's going to be sitting with his first run score. No improvement on this one for Jaden Sharman. And now it's down to 1. Jamie Hull, who has not had any competition, it seems, throughout the whole entire weekend here at the FWS until this last run where he ended up crashing on his second hit. Jamie Hull takes foot again on the course here in Montpellier.
Full whip, double whip, triple finger whip. Packing in as many tricks as he can. Like Ryan says, he's had no competition all week. It's been on first runs both times, but now Dylan has really stepped it up coming into this final, posted the biggest score of the weekend so far, and Jamie is down in 5th. He's got to make this count.
Wow, getting some big tricks here up in the technical side of the park, moving up into this rainbow rail across.
Whip rewind out of the feeble, that stepped it up from his first one.
Coming up top for one more, 10 seconds left here. Let's see what he has going up into the box 5. It's going to be time for one trick. He has to hurry up for this one. It's not going to count, maybe. Wow! To the end.
Double flip, triple tail whip. Sticks it. We're not in the park, so we didn't hear the buzzer. I think that might be a call for the judges and the competition officials to call that. He did have to climb up out of the park. A lot of these riders using that big barrier at the top to gain as much speed for that big box jump as possible. Jamie Hull with a heater second run right there.
Wow.
There's hit number one. Full whip to double whip. And his second, which caught him out last time, triple finger whip. There's the double, the first of them.
Wow, some incredible action coming out here in the final.
And here's that last hit. 3 tail whips, 2 backflips. Jamie Hull laying down a big full stop.
So we're waiting to see, is he able to rival the first run score of Dylan Morrison, 91.50. It's up to this last call from the judges. Did he lose the flow in his run to dock some points by climbing up on that barrier? Was it in time? Judges are going to be the call of this one, but that's an immense score to climb up from. Right now, Jamie Hull is sitting in 5th position with an 82.75. If he is able to come up, this is going to be one for the history books. Waiting for the judges right there. Jamie Hull had an incredible weekend out there, coming back from qualifications, pushing into the semifinals. First run doing it all.
Judges having a real good think about this. It all sits on this final score.
Wow, in the first place it is a 93 even. Jamie Hull takes the lead and the win over Morrison and Hutchinson out here today in Montpellier. As the sun goes down, that's one for the record books. And your 2019 Montpellier champion right there in front of us.
Yeah, elation. So there we have Jamie Hull from the UK taking the win, just 1.5 ahead of Australian Dylan Morrison and Brit Dante Hutchinson in the third.
Wow, an incredible contest that we had linked up for you guys from the top 24 yesterday down to the top 12 in the world. What an incredible contest that we had, right down to the last moment from Jamie Hull as he ended up putting all the pressure on his shoulders for run number 2. Let's see how it ended up. Let's take a look back at that winning run on the board.
So Jamie then, that full whip, double whip, and the triple finger whip that caught him out on the first run, lacing it, packing in more tricks than anyone else out there. There's the first of the doubles, the double flare. He's been getting that stomped all weekend long. Cruising through this bowled out section right here, getting some technical tricks down before moving back in to the rainbow. Whip rewind out, and then it's all about getting himself prepared for this final massive banger. Had to climb up in the rafters, get some help from Jaden Sharman's dad, his mum right beside him cheering him on as well. Drops in with all of that potential energy. 1, 2 with the triple tail whip, brings it round, and that is how you win a Feast World Series Pro Freestyle Scooter Park gold medal.
Wow, what an incredible turn of events, but we have stuff still coming into the nighttime at 9:50 time over here in France. The BMX Freestyle Spine Ramp Pro Group 2 qualifications. That means we have a lot of action coming your way. It's going to be so amazing to watch this one. Guys, stay tuned, but right now we have the podium for the Scooter Pro Men's Final right down there on course.
All right, here we are again. I got the podium right here, and we're gonna call the third, second, and first rider. So third place is gonna go home with 1 2,000 euros. Give it up for Dante Hutchinson. Dante Hutchinson. Come on. Go up to the podium. Here is your check, my man. Here's your medal. I want to hear you guys make a lot of noise for her. All right. We have third place, and now we're going to have second place. Who's going to go back home with 1,500 euros? It's a lot of Australian dollars. Give it up for Dylan Morrison. Here's your check, homie, and here's your medal. Yeah. Give it up, faites du bruit pour Dylan Morrison. And now, first place, going back home with 2,000 euros. I think you already know who this is. Give it up for Jamie Hall. Well deserved, man. All right, Jamie, stay close. Golden medal for you, 2,000 euros. Make some noise for these 3 riders and for all the other riders who participated.
Well, there you go. That was an incredible lineup. Of course, you see the prize-giving ceremony down there in the Sundown. Let's go and take a look and see if we can get an interview with Jamie Hall, our winner, right there. I hope that we're able to get some words from the man and see what was going through his head.
I got here the new champion of this FIS Montpellier 2019, going back home with 2,000 euros, man. Man, what just happened, man? Like, did you expect to land all your tricks like the way you just did it?
No, like when I was doing that double backflip triple, I've never done it at the end of a run. I've always done it at the start, and I was so tired, and I'm so happy I pulled it.
I got it. That was crazy for all of us. Like, we knew we were tired, and we knew you were tired, and we were just like, wow, like, is it really gonna pull it off? And you pulled it off, man. I got another question. What do you think about the crowd of Montpellier, the vibe here at FIS?
They're amazing. Like, the crowd gets you so happy. When you land a trick, they all scream, and it makes you so hyped. And thank you to everyone. I love everyone here.
Voilà, c'était bon la fin. Make some noise for her. Yes, sir.
Wow, some nice words coming out there from Jamie Hall. Incredible to see the live coming out from all these incredible athletes. Such an amazing event, wasn't it?
Oh, just absolutely mind-blowing. My first ever FIS Montpellier. This place is just obscene. We were getting ready just for the finals there, and across the river away from us, there was a guy with 3,000 people around him chucking down on this 25-stair handrail. This place is just bonkers from one end to the other of the entire city of Montpellier. I love it. I never want to leave.
If you guys haven't been here before, make sure you guys tune in and write it on your calendar. We're doing it basically the same time every year out here in Montpellier. It has been going on since 1997, over 20 years. So make sure that you put it on your agenda. It's not just about scooter. It's not just about the sports that you see here. I mean, you only get a little glimpse online from the stuff that we are doing here in Montpellier. It's about arts, crafts, culture, family. We're bringing together all different sporting disciplines. It's the largest sports festival, the free festival in the world. Make sure you guys stay tuned and come out here. There are over 115,000 spectators. Visit Montpellier, France, the location each day. We get over 600,000 spectators. Make sure you guys come out for this one. It's one that you do not want to miss. We have music going from the start until the finish of the festival. We have rock climbing, bouldering. We have BMX, which is going to be going on in the nighttime sun. But make sure you guys tune in as well. YouTube channel has a ton of incredible content. Instagram, Twitter. But hey, I'm Ryan Meyer. This was Todd Grady. Thanks for tuning in for the Scooter Finals. We'll see you guys at the next one.